From a Knight to a Lady. Episode 24. Jansgar Imperial Palace.
What did that maid do that warranted her to be brought all the way to the knight's building to be whipped?
I don't think that's it. There's a rumor going around these days that the Crown Prince has begun to harass many of the maids.
I thought he was being more cautious lately, but it seems like he hasn't changed.
Yes, and not only that, it seems as though he's been punishing them at the knight's buildings so that His Majesty won't notice. And it's said he only torments women who have black hair.
What?
Because of this, all the women who work in the palace with black hair are dyeing their hair out of fear. The knight's building being used as a place of torment isn't a good look.
I don't want to get involved, but I think I should do something about it. Where is Duke Louis Luke?
I heard he requested some time off. It was due to some personal matter, so we don't know where he is.
The Crown Prince is using the 2nd Division troop as he pleases, and the division commander has quietly slipped away? Which division is currently in charge of the capital city guide?
The 2nd Division, sir. This is presumably the reason why the Information Guild failed to track him down.
Then there's a good chance that he's out of the capital. Humph. What else has the Imperial dog snuck out to do?
Is the lady still sleeping?
Yes, she is. Her body is very weak, and since it took a few days to get here, I'm sure she's very tired.
I think I've forgotten how to walk.
True, she did look exhausted.
The truth is, my lady hasn't been sleeping well since the accident. She sleeps with her brow furrowed as if she's having a nightmare. I was so worried about her because it looked like she couldn't relax. That's how I felt. But do you see her now? I'm so relieved to see her sleeping so deeply and relaxedly. She seemed to be in a good mood on the way here. I think she felt kind of carefree. It's been a long time since she slept so soundly. I think we should just let her be.
Yes, I agree.
Sweet dreams, my lady.
Ugh, my back. How long have I been sleeping? I can't believe I'm in this state after just a few days of travel. It makes me wonder how I was able to survive against that murderer. If Liam saw me like this, I'm sure he'd laugh at me. Liam. I expected, Liam was not the serial killer. Of course, I never believed that he was, but it's too bad that I wasn't able to meet him. He was seen in a completely different area, so that means he was framed, right? At least that means they're still alive. It's okay. It's enough. Just knowing that they're all still alive is enough for me. That way I can at least hope that we'll be able to meet someday. That's enough for me. This is enormous.
It is, isn't it? It's been some time since you've been here, so we prepared these with all of our hearts.
Wow, they're all so beautiful. These dresses look like the ones you'd wear to an imperial banquet. Well, his mansion in the capital was also very lavish. Where exactly does Count Aiden get all this wealth from?
I knew it. She doesn't want to wear any of them.
Ah. We should have known.
I know, all the dresses here are out of style. We'll have to adjust them to match what's popular in the capital these days.
No, what I mean is, I don't want to have to get all dressed up while I'm here.
Don't misunderstand.
Are they that disappointed? Maybe I should just wear them since they worked so hard to prepare them for me. But still, aren't these dresses a bit too much? What about these?
My lady, None of those are new clothes.
I like this one. I want to wear it.
You slept for 3 days due to travel fatigue. I trust you're feeling better now?
Yes, I'm fine.
I'm happy to hear that, my lady. I've tried my best to match the room and dress to your liking, but it seems I've fallen short. We are far from the sophistication of the capital. Please forgive me.
Raise your head, butler. I don't have an aesthetic sense and I can't tell what's sophisticated and what's not, so none of that matters to me. You can tell just by looking at this dress, right?
My lady, I've been wondering. That dress looks familiar, is it?
Yes, I heard that this was a dress my mother liked to wear. I borrowed it.
Ah, I see. You look just like the Countess.
Oh. I knew he was going to say that. I feel a little guilty since I'm deceiving them by wearing Lucifela's face. By the way, is there anything I need to do while I am here?
No, you made whatever you please.
I see. Then what should I do? Okay. First, I'd like to have breakfast. Then, I should like to take a look around the castle.
You are looking at everything so carefully. What do you think of the estate now that you're here after such a long time?
Well, I haven't seen everywhere yet, but I can tell this is a very old castle. That's neither a good thing nor a bad thing.
I apologize for not being able to show you something more luxurious. Hundreds of years ago, this castle lay along the border between the Kingdom of Jansgar and the Kingdom of Carrion, so it was an extremely important area for defense. Because of that, it is an old-fashioned castle built for defense.
I only said that because the castle looked old in my eyes. Don't worry, Mr. Matsy, I'm not blaming you for the castle being old.
In the carriage on the way over here, I noticed that the entire city was surrounded by the castle walls, considering that it costs 1 year's worth of taxes to build a single wall.
The cost of building the castle walls around the city must have been enormous. If so, this must be a really important hub city. That's what I read. I read all about it in a book on the way here. I was so bored in that carriage that I was entertained even by reading a boring book like that.
I see. I'm surprised that you remembered all that.
I like it here better than the fancy mansion in the capital. It's impressive here too. I think this place is good enough for me. Do you know if there's a reason why the mansion is so luxurious?
It's because Count Aiden built in for you, my lady. After you went to the capital, you said that you didn't like this castle because it was too old. That's why you never came back here again.
So he built such a magnificent mansion in the capital only because his daughter wanted it? He really spoiled Lucifela. Luckily for him, he had the resources. He really spares no expense when it comes to Lucifela. I guess he's the kind of parents who feels a sense of pride spending money on his daughter. However, considering Lucifela's thoughts that come to me from time to time, I think some empathy would have done her more good than material possessions. How can a person always stay the same? I prefer this place now. Did I? Don't remember. How can a person always stay the same? I prefer this place now.
I see.
What is it? He doesn't seem very satisfied with my answer. Where is the training field? I'd like to go there too.
The training field is actually not very far from here, but the wind is picking up, and it looks like it'll start raining soon. How about we continue our tour inside the castle for today?
What a shame. The sky was so clear this morning. All right, let's go inside.
There is a parlor located on the left side of the main hall, and the small door next to it leads to the greenhouse. And below that half staircase is the kitchen as well as some storage rooms. And over there,
After looking around, there seems to be a lot of space reserved for common use. Then where does my father usually stay when he comes here?
he spends most of his time outside, but when he is in the castle, he spends most of his time in the library or in the south room.
South room? I've seen the library, but it looks like we didn't go to the south room.
Yes, I didn't take you there for a reason. There's a portrait of the Countess in that room.
What's wrong with seeing a portrait of my mother? If such a thing exists, I'd like to see it too. Come to think of it, my father never mentioned a portrait before.
That's because it's something that might cause you grief, my lady.
Grief? How so?
Because you lost your mother.
That look, he seems genuinely worried about me. Lucifella was a woman who received lots of love. I'm sure my father told you that I lost my memory, and of course that includes memories of my mother as well. No matter what happened in the past. I won't break down so easily, so don't worry.
We don't heat this room since it's barely used. Please put this on, my lady.
Thank you, Mr. Matsy.
It's dark. Please wait a moment while I draw the curtains for you. The portrait is over there, my lady.
She's beautiful. Why did my mother pass away?
She died because of the red fever.
Red fever. I remember seeing a man with that disease back when I used to wander the streets. But that disease. I heard that it's possible to cure the red fever completely if the patient takes the right kind of medicine. Why didn't my father get the medicine?
That medicine is extremely expensive because it contains very rare and precious herbs.
Then all he had to do was buy it, right? Was it so expensive that even our estate assets were not enough to buy it?
At the time, yes.
Is that true? Oh. I'm remembering something again.
It hurts. It hurts, Lubos. It hurts so much. Save me, Lubos. It hurts, aha. Lubos.
You're going to get better. I'll do everything in my power to make you better. So please, hold on for just a little longer. Please, Luana. Luana.